we have some reenactors over here that are actually going to be acting out what Mr. Peter here will be reading to you. When we are done with that, then I would like to have, and I'll cue you, but I'd like to have all the children come up because we're going to do a reading of the old "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." And what's interesting is the wordage is a little bit different than the current day version. So anyway, and Mike's going to be doing the reading for us on that, okay? Okay.
Before we get going, first off, on behalf of the rest of us reenactors, I'd like to extend a big thank you to Miss Deena. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Miss Deena on.
Yes.
You're fine.
Secondly, and no offense to Miss Deena, but perhaps more important, a thank you to you guys who have come. Your donations that you make as you enter, 100% of those donations go towards the upkeep of the buildings, the upkeep of the grounds. All of us here, we're all volunteers, so every penny that you folks donate goes towards keeping all of these little prisons, keep that history alive for the community, for the children. So a huge thank you to you all.
Yes.
For today, given the Yuletide, as Miss Deena said, I'd like to tell you a quick story about Christmas. You see, Christmas is for love. It's for joy, forgiving, sharing laughter, reuniting with family and friends, but mostly, Christmas is for love. The story today is about a little girl by the name of Beatrice. Beatrice, sadly, was orphaned. She lost her mother and father in a tragic accident a few months prior to Christmas. As her only surviving family, reluctantly, her aunt Addie took her in. Addie used this opportunity to remind folks of her charity, of her well-being, telling her about her generosity. But alas, Miss Beatrice was treated as a stranger. Still, with all the scolding and the chilliness that was felt at home, Beatrice was a sweet and a gentle child. School was where Beatrice found solace, in the books, with her friends, and with her teacher. She enjoyed the peacefulness, helping with her teacher after school to straighten up the classroom. They talked a little, but mostly the conversations revolved around her parents. She remembered their kindness, their gentleness, how loving and generous they were, and that they were always there for Miss Beatrice. As the year progressed, as Christmas drew near, Beatrice failed to stay after school on a daily basis to help her teacher. Her teacher would always look forward to her visits from Miss Beatrice. And so as time went by and as Christmas drew even closer, she finally stopped Beatrice before she left, asking why it was that she was no longer helping with the school. The teacher told her how much she had missed her. Beatrice, used to cold and chilly behaviors towards her, her eyes lit up as she asked the teacher, "Do you really miss me?" Her teacher laughs and replies saying, "Yes, yes, you are my best little helper." Beatrice continued by telling the teacher that she was in a surprise for her for Christmas. And with that, she became a little shy, a little embarrassed, and hurried away from the teacher. Finally, the last day of school came, just before Christmas. Little Miss Beatrice crept slowly into the classroom after school, holding something hidden behind her back. She approached her teacher and told her, "I have a present for you, and it is my one Christmas wish that you like." She handed the teacher a small wooden box that she had made by hand. The teacher reviewed the box, seeing that upon the lid were engraved 2 elephants, the teacher's favorite animal. With excitement, the teacher opened the box to see what was inside, but it was empty. With a puzzled look, she turned toward Beatrice. Beatrice explained, There is nothing in there that you can taste or see, feel nor play with, read nor write. But this box is special because it is filled with lots of love for you. The teacher embraced Beatrice, thanking her for the gift. That night, the teacher went home and straight away placed the box on her plate. As the years passed, that box remained on the mantel, full forever with love, reminder of sweet Beatrice. It is with that same hope, that same love, that we extend Christmas wishes, Yuletide wishes, winter wishes to you all. May you all receive one of the very best Christmas Yuletide gifts. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you for making me cry. And that's my story, and I'm crying. Hey, very, very well done, guys. Thank you very much. Very, very sweet. Okay, now, if I can have all of the children kind of come up here to the front. You guys can just have a seat. Not here on the stage, but just right here, like right up here in front. You just have a seat on the floor. Yeah, yeah. So all the kiddos, come on. Okay, now, guys, okay. So, you've all heard The Night Before Christmas, correct? Okay, yeah. The book, the story, was The Night Before Christmas, all through the house, not a creature was stirring. You know that book? Okay. Well, the newer version of that book, I was going to see if you guys had read that book, if when he tells this or reads the story, if you can pick up one thing in there that's different. One thing. And I want you to wait till the end, and I'm going to ask you and see if you recognize one word that's different. Okay? Can you do that for me? Okay? All right.
Well, hello everyone, welcome. This is as was written in the Sentinel newspaper here at Shoal Creek many years ago, and it's entitled, An Account of a Visit from St. Nicholas. 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care in the hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama, in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprung from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, threw open the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below. When, what to my wondering eyes should appear, but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, I'm Comet, I'm Cupid, I'm Dunder and Blixen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur, from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys was flung on his back, and he looked just like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled. His dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses. His nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. Like that beard, too.
Mm-hmm.
The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a round little belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread.